What if your whole town got together and voted to name itself after your favorite food? Stay with me to the very end of this one, because this story is so wonderfully, purely American that it might just make your whole day. It is April 11, 1947, and the small town of Greenfield, nestled in the heart of the American Midwest, is about to make a decision that no city council in the history of this country has ever seriously entertained before. They are going to vote on whether to rename their town after a sandwich. Now, before you laugh, and please do laugh, understand that this is not a joke. This is democracy in its most beautifully grassroots, slightly unhinged form. It all starts with a man named Harold Butts. Yes, that is his real name. And yes, he heard every joke there was to hear about it. Harold owns the most beloved diner in Greenfield, a cozy little spot called the Cornerstone, where the booths are red vinyl and the coffee is always hot. Harold's signature dish is a towering creation he calls the Greenfield Stack. 3 layers of slow-roasted beef, sharp cheddar, pickled onion, and his own secret mustard sauce, all pressed between 2 thick slices of locally baked sourdough. People drive from 3 counties over just to eat this sandwich. Regulars plan their whole week around it. One local farmer, a man named Chester Briggs, is reported to have eaten one every single day for 11 years straight. 11 years, the same sandwich. Every day. Chester has no regrets. So when a traveling food writer from Chicago passes through in the winter of 1946 and publishes a piece calling the Greenfield Stack, and I quote, "the finest sandwich in the American Midwest, perhaps the finest in the nation," the town goes absolutely wild. Letters pour into the mayor's office. Someone paints a mural of the sandwich on the side of the grain store. The local school holds an essay contest on why the sandwich matters to Greenfield's identity. And then, Harold Butts himself, with the gentle confidence of a man who has nothing to lose, submits a formal proposal to the town council. Rename the town. After the sandwich. The meeting on April 11th drew the largest crowd in Greenfield's recorded history. 247 residents show up, which for context is roughly 85% of the entire town. People bring their opinions, their sandwiches, and in the case of one elderly woman named Doris Krantz, a hand-stitched banner reading, "Stackville or Bust." The debate lasts 4 hours. Arguments in favor include civic pride, tourism potential, and what one councilman describes as the simple joy of living somewhere with a truly great name. Arguments against include the cost of changing road signs, the confusion it might cause for the Postal Service, and Reverend Mullins's deeply held concern that the Lord had not intended towns to be named after lunch. The final vote is 161 in favor, 86 against. Greenfield does not become Stackville. The motion fails to reach the 2/3 majority required for an official name change. But here is what actually happens instead, and this is the part that matters. The town uses the energy from that wild, joyful, slightly ridiculous meeting to launch the very first Greenfield Stack Festival the following summer. Vendors come from across the state. Families set up lawn chairs along Main Street. Harold Butts, beaming in his apron, feeds over 2,000 people in a single weekend. The festival runs every year after that. By 1955, food writers from New York and Los Angeles are making the trip. The town's small businesses see a 30% increase in summer revenue. All of it, every bit of it, traces back to one beautifully earnest, completely impractical town vote on April 11th, 1947. Here is what I love most about this story. Greenfield never changed its name, but it changed everything else. It found its identity, its pride, its reason to celebrate, not in spite of that silly vote, but because of it. Sometimes the boldest, most transformative thing a community can do is take one completely ridiculous idea seriously enough to show up for it. What would your town vote for? Now, before you go, I want to ask you something that has nothing to do with sandwiches and everything to do with something far more important. Do you have stories like this one tucked away in your own family? A grandparent who did something wonderfully eccentric? A moment so specific and so human that only you remember it? Those stories are not small. They are everything. Because here is the truth. When those memories are gone, they are gone forever. And the people who come after you, your children, your grandchildren, will spend their whole lives wishing they had asked. You are the keeper of something irreplaceable. Please do not let it disappear. If that idea stirs something in you, then this community is exactly where you belong. Hit that subscribe button and join us here at History Sparks every single day, where we believe that every great story, from a silly town vote to a life well lived, deserves to be told. Leave me a comment below. Tell me one quirky, funny, or beautiful thing about your hometown or your family that most people have never heard. I promise you, we want to know. History is alive in you. Come back tomorrow and let's find it together.